Hello, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I am using the Dark Mansion Tarot. And my backdrop is really weird today because I'm in my cat foster room. The backdrop is my foster kitty's bed, and I'm hoping she's gonna lie there in a sec. This is Snooky. Snooky's my new foster kitty. And I'm probably only going to have Snooky for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Snooky! She'll come and say hi in a minute. She's very sociable. Snooky is a tame kitty, so she's a little bit different than a lot of the kitties that I have that are usually very wild and fearful. Snooky's a bit different, but she has had some issues with smacking and biting. So she's had some aggression issues, but she was really bad the first day she came to me. She attacked me multiple times, completely unprompted. I would just be sitting there and she'd come and attack. But now that she's settled in and she feels really safe, she's actually turned into like the most lovely cat that I've had here. She's very sweet. So she'll probably come and say hello, and I'm hoping she'll settle into her bed where the cards are. Okay, so let's get started. Let's begin with the first card. This first card is for Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. And I'm just hoping to get kind of an overview with these cards of some of the themes and challenges and opportunities that may pop up for us over the next week. So we have the 10 of Swords as our card for the beginning of the week. Oh, here comes Snooky. Okay, Snooky. She keeps rubbing her face on the microphone. So 10 of Swords in some ways is kind of an intense card. And here we see this guy, the skeleton, whose head is in his hands, and he's got 10 swords stuck in his back. And often the 10 of Swords can come up for us when we're feeling really defeated by something. So when we feel, I'm kind of feeling defeated by Snooky's tail here. 10 of Swords can come up when we're feeling like very much defeated, and when we feel like giving up. Okay, Snooky. She just bit me right after I said she was being such a okay, Snooky. She's like rolling on the camera. Okay, maybe it wasn't a good idea for me to do this reading in the foster room. Here I was thinking she would just settle in next to the cards and look cute and be adorable. All right. So let's get back to the 10 of Swords. So what I'm getting from this card is you may start the week off feeling frustrated, feeling kind of defeated, feeling like throwing in the towel and giving up. And sometimes that's an indication that, okay, Snooky. Okay. Sometimes that's an indication that, okay. Sorry guys, I'm like, Snooky keeps biting my elbow and being silly. So it's a little distracting. She's like all over me. Okay, what was I saying? 10 of Swords. Sometimes it's a good opportunity when you're feeling like giving up, you're feeling that sense of defeat. Sometimes that's a good opportunity to change something. Sometimes it's okay to throw in the towel. Sometimes it's okay to kind of change the game a little bit. I'm getting the sense for many of us that we need a rest. We need a break. And sometimes getting so overwhelmed is an opportunity to take that break. Giving up is not so much that we're giving up on the challenge at hand. It's just that we really need a break. So that's a good thing to kind of differentiate between. Do you actually want to give up on whatever it is you're trying to do that isn't panning out? Or do you just need a break? So sometimes in my work, I'll be frustrated with a project I'm working on or something, and I'll want to give up on it. But really all I need is a break. And then when I can come back to the drawing board fresh and my batteries are recharged, then it totally changes things. So that's what I'm getting with the Ten of Swords. We might feel frustrated and feel like giving up, but many of us are just needing a break right now. Okay, let's look at the center card. Now the center card is for Wednesday and Thursday, so kind of middle of the week. And we have the Star, which is so beautiful. It's such a different energy than the Ten of Swords. So the Star is all about hope and trust and faith. And it's also about letting go. So the Ten of Swords is what happens when we're trying to do everything at once. We're trying to make things work. We're trying to control everything. We're trying to be all things to all people. And it's just not working out, and we just feel like throwing in the towel and giving up. The Star is about stepping back and kind of letting things unfold and trusting in just sort of the divine nature of life and the divine nature of the cosmos. And having trust that everything that is happening, everything that's unfolding is happening for you, for your own growth. It may not be happening in the way that you want it to or the way that you're hoping, but everything is unfolding in the way that it needs to. And sometimes just telling yourself that can be like lifting a weight off your shoulders. And I even just feel like breathing a sigh of relief right now, just kind of looking at this card even. Because this card, the Star, really does bring that feeling of relief, of letting go. So the girl in this card is tipping out this urn of water, and that is a symbol of release, of letting go, and not necessarily letting go of something. It's not like the Death card. It's not like that kind of letting go. But it's like a letting go of trying to control everything and make everything turn out a certain way. It's letting go of expectations, letting go of needing for things to be a particular way. And it's this feeling of like relaxation. It's like release. I also get the sense with the Star, this is about finding your higher purpose. So like feeling a sense of connection to the worlds beyond this one. And what I mean by that is, I think when we go through day-to-day life, we can get really caught up in kind of the minutiae, the day-to-day details of things. And we sometimes forget that we have a higher purpose and that we're connected to, you know, the spiritual realm and all of that. And so if you're hearing weird noises, it's because Snooki's rubbing on the microphone. So I think that when we feel like we are connected to the stars and the universe and when we're connected to, you know, the higher realms, it acts as almost like a support system. Like we feel supported. We think like, okay, now I can do this. Like I'm feeling connected to something beyond my story, beyond my day-to-day experience. It kind of gives you more of a sense of purpose in a way. So let's look at the next card. So this last card is for the end of the week. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, here we have the Six of Wands. Okay. So Six of Wands shows a couple getting married. And Six of Wands represents, that's funny, normally the Four of Wands will show someone getting married, typically. Six of Wands represents success, celebrating something, kind of reaching, you know, a milestone or reaching a goal, accomplishing something, achieving something, feeling proud of yourself, feeling like you've arrived, people cheering you on, celebrating what you've done, what you've accomplished. That in a nutshell is the Six of Wands. So what does it mean for us this weekend? This weekend, hey Snooki. This weekend is a time to celebrate our wins. And sometimes we don't do this enough. We don't, we focus on what isn't working, and we'll focus on, what we need to do, where we're lacking, and we forget to acknowledge our own successes and our wins and the things that we have accomplished and that we have achieved. So I feel like the Six of Wands, more than anything, is about seeing yourself as successful and experiencing yourself as someone who succeeds when they put their mind to something. And when we start thinking of ourselves in this way, it's easier to actually be successful. If we're constantly thinking of ourselves as being not that productive or lazy or kind of a loser or someone who is mediocre or whatever, we tend to create, it tends to kind of perpetuate itself. And so what I get from the Six of Wands is that you can actually be successful in other people's eyes, but not actually feel it yourself. And so the Six of Wands is telling us that this is a weekend to cultivate some of those feelings. So a question I have for you, a question that this card kind of brings to mind is, what can you do for yourself in order to celebrate and honor your successes, your accomplishments, your achievements, even if they're just like little? Like the other day, I was very productive with a writing project and I got a lot done. And so this weekend I'm celebrating by taking it easy. So you can celebrate those like little tiny things. It doesn't have to be like big achievements. Okay, so let's look at all of these cards together. This is a really beautiful spread, and it's interesting to me that we start out with the darkness of the Ten of Swords. The moon is out, there's shadows, but it's nighttime, it's dark. And then we get to the Star, where there's starlight that's kind of lighting the way. So this card is a little more illuminated, a little bit brighter. We have some hope. And then with Six of Wands, this is, daytime. It's very bright. There's a lantern at the top of the card shining down on the couple getting married. And I feel like this reading just gets like more and more positive as it progresses. So I think that for many of us, the week might start off kind of challenging, but then we find our footing. We get a sense of hope, a sense of connection. I think that is key here. I think in order to shift from feeling frustrated and overwhelmed into feeling successful, and if you notice, like, the dude in the Ten of Swords, he's all alone and he's like, he's all alone, he's struggling. Whereas in the Six of Wands, at the end of the week, there's a bunch of people together. There's partnership, there's support, there's a group of people here. And the thing that makes the shift is the Star. It's how you perceive things. And once you feel like you're connected to the all, you're connected to something greater than just your life in this moment and your story, you're connected to something bigger. It allows you to actually have more of a sense of hope and trust and kind of let go of trying to control things, to try to get things to be a certain way. Because I think that needing control and needing life to work out in a really specific way, I think a lot of that arises from fear. And when your fear starts to subside and you start to move more towards trust, more towards love, the feeling is more expansive. It's a feeling of kind of relief and then expansion. And so that's how you can kind of shift from that Ten of Swords energy into that more like Six of Wands energy. So as always, I invite you to share your own thoughts, your own insights on these cards. So feel free to do so in the comment section below. And I want to say thank you so much for watching. And Snooki here also thanks you. Well, she thanks you in her own way. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful week. And if you haven't checked out my website, dailytarotgirl.com, I'm going to put the link below this video. I've got tons of really fun tarot exercises, journaling prompts, things for you to try with your cards. So if you're learning the tarot or you want to learn the tarot, my site is a great resource for that. So I'll put the link below. And again, thanks for watching. Have a great week.